Caitlin Clark, the WNBA rookie sensation known for her basketball prowess, now finds herself at the center of an unexpected controversy. After merely tapping the like button on Instagram, Clark has divided her loyal fan base, igniting heated debates not over her performance on the court, but her perceived political stance. The simple action of liking a post from Taylor Swift, endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for the upcoming presidential election, has sent shockwaves through her followers, especially among those with more conservative views. Suddenly, the rising basketball star has become a focal point in the ever-growing intersection of sports and politics. It all started when Taylor Swift, using her massive platform to urge her followers to register to vote, publicly voiced support for Vice President Kamala Harris's 2024 presidential bid. Swift's political endorsements have been known to stir strong reactions, but it was Caitlin Clark's subsequent like on the post that drew significant backlash from her conservative supporters. This simple digital gesture, which many saw as a potential nod of approval for Harris, led to swift and harsh criticism on Clark's own social media. For many of Clark's fans, particularly those who follow her career for her outstanding basketball abilities, the like felt like a betrayal. Comments flooded her Instagram, with some lamenting that she had brought politics into sports, while others expressed disappointment over her potential support of a political figure and party with controversial stances on issues like transgender athletes competing in women's sports. In short, Clark's innocent social media engagement suddenly put her in the crosshairs of America's polarized political landscape. One of the more pointed criticisms revolved around Caitlin Clark being a prominent female athlete in a time when debates over the inclusion of transgender athletes in women's sports have intensified. Some followers took her like of Swift's post as a direct endorsement of policies they claim are harmful to women's sports. One Instagram user wrote, "You're a female athlete. Why would you support a party that is allowing men to play in women's sports?" This sentiment was echoed by numerous others who feared Clark's political engagement would alienate her fan base. Another fan angrily declared, "You just lost millions of supporters. #Trump 2024. Many fans also accused her of prioritizing politics over her burgeoning basketball career, urging her to just play basketball and build your brand. Some feared that aligning herself with political figures or ideologies would tarnish her image, particularly among fans who wished she would stay neutral. One follower even advised, "Stay out of politics, your brand will suffer. You are young, ask your close friends and family for advice." However, the uproar was met with a mix of support as well. Just as Clark's critics were vocal, so were her defenders. A significant number of followers took to social media to praise her for liking Swift's post, viewing it as a moment of empowerment. "Thank you for liking Taylor's endorsement of Kamala for president," one fan wrote. "In America, women are allowed to have political views. You did nothing wrong." Despite the heated reactions from both sides, Caitlin Clark chose to address the situation in a measured and thoughtful manner. When questioned about her decision to like Swift's post, Clark didn't explicitly express her political leanings. Instead, she shifted the focus back to the importance of civic engagement, encouraging her fans to register to vote and do their own research. "I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just to encourage people to register to vote," Clark explained. "I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election at age 22. I could vote when I was 18, so I think, do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did." Her response resonated with many fans who applauded her for using her influence to promote voter participation without delving into partisan politics. Some supporters saw this as a balanced, responsible way to navigate the delicate situation, while still maintaining a sense of neutrality. As one follower put it, "Already turning on Caitlin for simply liking a post? You were never fans to begin with." Interestingly, Clark's like also brought attention to her personal life, as fans noted that her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, had previously expressed support for Kamala Harris. This connection, while unconfirmed as an influencing factor in her action, added another layer to the public's perception of her political views. Political climate in sports. Caitlin Clark's experience is just the latest example of how sports stars are increasingly being drawn into the political arena. Athletes, once seen as symbols of physical excellence and competition, are now viewed by many as social and political influencers due to the immense platforms they have built. And while Clark has largely kept her political opinions private up until this point, her brush with controversy mirrors the experience of countless other athletes who have found themselves navigating the complex relationship between sports and politics. It's a tension that was highlighted just last month, when Brittany Mahomes, wife of NFL star Patrick Mahomes, faced similar backlash for liking a pro-Trump post. The lines between the personal, professional, and political have never been more blurred, with fans on both sides of the aisle eager to claim, or disown, their favorite athletes based on their perceived ideologies. For Caitlin Clark, this incident is likely to be a pivotal moment in her young career, not just as a rising star in the WNBA, but also as a public figure who must carefully navigate the evolving world of social media and political polarization. While some fans may have turned their backs on her, others have rallied behind her for standing by her convictions, or simply for encouraging democratic engagement. Regardless of where her fans fall on the political spectrum, one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark is no longer just a basketball star. She is now a public figure whose actions, both on and off the court, will be scrutinized through the lens of the culture wars sweeping America.